Hi everyone, I'm Jen. This is Jen Goes Camping, and today we're doing another video for my From Kitchen to Campfire series, and our recipe is vegan chili with lentils, quinoa, beans, and all kinds of good stuff. So as per my other Kitchen to Campfire videos, I'm going to show you everything you need to do at home to prepare this meal. We're going to then dehydrate it, package it up, and then I'll show you out on the trail how to prep it, cook it, and enjoy it. So yeah, if you have any questions, please post them in the comments. At the end of the video, I will post the entire recipe with all the instructions. But keep in mind, with most of my cooking, if you've seen any of the other videos, it's, it's an ish situation. It's just, the recipe's a guideline. Do your own thing. If there's a couple things you'd like to add, go ahead. But it gives you an idea, at least is like your base of what you want in your vegan chili. So here we go. One of the best parts about this recipe is it's actually done in the crock pot. So once I'm done chopping up all of our vegetables, everything gets dumped into the crock pot. You leave it on while you go to work or overnight, and in the morning or at the end of the day, you've got your delicious chili and you're all set and ready to go. Now, one thing, I know I've mentioned it before, but with any dehydrated meal, you want to make sure that you're chopping everything to uniform sizes. Because when you're dehydrating it, you don't want really big chunks or really little chunks because they won't dehydrate evenly. So just keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're not measuring anything here. You just want to make sure that your pieces are fairly uniform in size. So one of the best parts about this vegan chili recipe is it's a crock pot recipe, and it's a dump and go recipe, which means we're just going to throw all the ingredients in the crock pot, turn it on, go about our day, come back in about 8 hours, and it's going to be chili. It's going to be fantastic. All right. So I'm going to start with, I got 4 cups of veggie broth. I need 1 cup of dry lentils. I need a 1/2 cup of uncooked quinoa. I have a 28 fluid ounce can of diced tomatoes. I also need about a 1/2 can of this again and water. I'm going to grab that right now. By using this can again, I'm getting the rest of the tomato flavor in there as well. 15-ounce can of beans, rinsed and drained. All my vegetables here. So I've got 2 bell peppers. I picked colorful ones, but you can use whatever you like. I've got 1 medium onion chopped, 3 cloves of garlic, and 1 stalk of celery. And like I mentioned before, you want all the vegetables to be as uniformly chopped as possible. So when you're dehydrating, they'll dehydrate evenly. So now for our spices. We need 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of oregano. And a teaspoon of cumin. And my teaspoon thing won't fit in there. Hold on. There we go. So we're going to give that a little stir. We want all the spices and everything just kind of mixed around a bit here. Turn it on, and we'll check on it in a few hours. Well, our crock pot has done our thing, and the chili is all cooked and ready to go. It smells amazing. It tastes great. So at this point, I'm going to use my camp bowl as a serving size. I'm going to ladle it out and put it on my dehydrator trays and get it going overnight. So it'll be ready to package up in the morning. So there we are, 3 generous portions. I'm going to get them going, and they'll run through the night for me. Better if I actually plug in the dehydrator. There we go. Hello everyone. So the dehydrator has been running all night and most of this morning. I had flipped the meal early this morning around 7:30, and I actually switched out the fruit leather trays for the fine mesh trays just to really get the airflow going through the food. And the reason for that is right now it's really hot and humid, and that humidity is affecting the drying time of this vegan chili. It doesn't normally take this long. And I'm, as you can see, dressed for the trail. Shocks and I are heading out in about an hour or so for a 2-night camping trip, and I want to take this chili with me. So to speed things up, like I said this morning, after it had been about 8 hours, when I flipped it, I switched to the fine mesh trays to allow more air circulation. It's been another 4 hours or so, and it's ready to pack up, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. I'm not vacuum sealing the meals today simply because I am taking it with me and probably eating it tonight or tomorrow. So I'm not looking at long storage for these meals. I'm just going to use Ziplocs. You can hear it's very crumbly and crunchy and good to go. And you can see how much that each portion really shrunk down considerably. Of course, my lid caught a pile more of the goodness. There we go. So this nice little baggie is 1 generous portion of the vegan lentil and quinoa chili that I will show you probably tonight or tomorrow night how to prepare out on the trail. All right, well, it's a beautiful day here out at Silent Lake. Shocks and I just got back from a 2.5-hour adventure wandering around and hiking. And it's time for lunch. And today I am making dehydrated vegan chili, which is a continuation of part of my From Kitchen to Campfire series. And I'm going to show you now how to prepare it at camp. And I want just enough water to just kind of cover it, float the bits a little bit there. There we go. So now we're going to bring that to a boil. Okay, we've got a nice simmer going here. You can see it's already pumping back up and rehydrating. I'm going to let this roll for a few more minutes. So my little single burner stove is just so efficient. This came up to a boil in about 1.5 minutes. It's been simmering for a few minutes, and I think we're almost at the stage where I can just take it off the heat and let it sit and thicken up. This is looking really good. I am going to add just a tiny little bit of olive oil to this, just to give it some essential fats and a little nicer texture. But yeah, we're pretty much there. I'm just going to let that sit for about 5 minutes. So, taste testing the vegan chili with the lentils and quinoa. And it's so good. And it even kind of looks like it has meat in it, even though it doesn't, because of the quinoa. The lentils gives it that texture. Rehydrated beautifully. Maybe a total of 5 minutes on the stove. That's very efficient for fuel. And it's windy too, so the wind was definitely stealing some of my heat. Yeah. At the end of this video, I'll print the entire recipe for you, as well as instructions for what to do at home, how to do it in the crock pot, and then also how to prep it and rehydrate it at camp. So good. And if you have any questions, or you have an idea for a meal you'd like to see me prep at home and dehydrate, package, and bring out and cook on the trail, please let me know in the comments below. And thanks for watching. So good.